So in this video we're about to treat functions in C++. So now let's check the definition. C++ is a group of program statements with a unique name that performs a specific task. So you take note of the program statement, you take note of with a unique name, and you take note of performs a specific task. Also, functions are used to provide modularity and reusability to a program. Alright, so modularity in the sense that it shortens your lines of code and it does not make your code very long, and also reusability in the sense that you don't repeat the codes. You don't repeat the code when you do and when you actually introduce a function into your code. So as you know that by default every C++ program execution starts from the main function, which is alright. So depending on whether a function is predefined or created by the user, there are two types of functions. The first one is library predefined or inbuilt functions. So as you can see, it's already self-explanatory, meaning it is already built in your IDE as you install it. And the second one is user defined, and that one is created by the user or the programmer himself. Alright, so we are continuing with the syntax for the functions in C++. In our first line, as you can see, we have a return type, a function name, and a parameter list, and the body of the function. So this is the whole syntax of a C++ function. Alright, so when we take the first part, which is the return type, it is like the type of data a function actually receives. The type of data, whether it's an integer, a double, or a float, the function may return a value. The return type is the data type of the value the function returns. Some functions perform operations without returning a value. So in this case where a function does not return a value, a keyword called void is used instead of the return. Use the void. And also coming to the function name, this is the actual name of the function. And the function name is and the parameter list together constitute the function signature. So as you can see from here to this place, to call a function, if name is used, and calling a function means referencing or bringing back the name of a function in the main function. And so I'll explain further when we get to the actual. So now let's take an actual C++ program that has a function or that contains a function. Alright, so this program actually calculates the speed of 3 different trips, and because we don't want to repeat the formula for finding the speed several times, we are using the function. So here we are making use of the reusability I spoke about in the earlier in the slide. We are declaring the speed as a double, we are declaring the distance as a double, we are declaring the time too as a double. And in using functions, you have to take note that you have to declare functions outside the main function. You have to declare functions outside the main function, before or after, but it shouldn't be inside the main function. Right, so we call this the for declaration. The for declaration. So this double here, the double we can see is the return type. The speed here, the speed is the function name, the name we give to our function, and this is element we inputted into our parameter list. Right, so and this function has to return distance over time, which we all know that is the speed. So this function returns the speed or calculates the speed of the trip for us. And if you don't want the function to return any output, use the void. Use the void, meaning it won't return anything, so it does not return any value. So let's move to the main function. So coming to the main function, in order to calculate the speed, you have to call the function, which is you have the function call. You have to call the function you declared before you started the main function. So here as you can see, we declared a new variable called trip1, and we called the function from the beginning, which is the speed. We called the function and we inputted our distance and the time respectively, and so we print out trip1 and we mention our variable trip1 here, So we print out trip 1 and we get the result of the speed, the function calculated here. Right, so we did that for the second trip, the third trip. So when by using the function, we didn't repeat all these lines of codes again. We didn't repeat all these lines of code. We just called the function. We called the function here and called the function here. So as you can see, the function has made this code very short. The variable for the void function also in the main function. So now this is the end of the main function, and outside we declare the void here with a print error message, which will output error cannot divide by 0. Okay, alright, so now let's run the code to build and run at the same time. Okay, so this is the output of the code. And see the code return trip 1, trip 2 and trip 3, and this will printed out the error message. Alright, so that's the end of the code. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.